I like basically taking someone that was just working for a normal company down the bottom and pushing them all the way up so they learn as much as they can. You have to keep learning. That's the only way that you'll find out what's inside you.
I've just heard you muttering, so anyway, great. Okay, so if we could just get you saying your name and your role.
Yep. All right.
That would be perfect.
Just like that. All right. Miguel, and director and owner of Burrito Loco.
Could you talk me through how you got into the role and how it all started?
Oh, how it all started?
Yeah.
Have you got enough time? Years ago, I used to work doing security on the door at Wetherspoon to Guildford. And I used to go to Subway every time before going into work for the door. And then one day I thought, well, actually, I bet you everyone would rather have a wrap version than a whole bread like baguette. I was like, oh, what a good idea. So then when everyone used to come in to Wetherspoons, I used to ID them and ask them on that night, would you rather have a wrap or a big baguette before going out? And everyone said a wrap. I was like, oh my God, I'm onto something here. And then, so I thought about it for the next couple of weeks. I thought, oh, what a great idea. And then I spoke to my brother who was working in London every day. And I told him the idea was like, you do know the burritos already exist, right? I was like, what's a burrito? And he said, it's a wrap with everything else. Like, that's my idea. But obviously, it got made years ago. But I thought of something that I hadn't seen. And after that, then I thought, I'll tell you what, I'm going to open the first burrito place in Guildford.
My name is Zaid and I'm the general manager of Burrito Loco.
Is that funny?
Yeah. Sorry, I just can't take you seriously.
Is it the hats?
It's just her.
Great. So what do you do as the general manager?
Basically everything. Mig pays for everything and then he just leaves it up to me to run. So that's making sure the supervisors are putting rotors out, we have enough food in stock, and no one's burnt down the building.
Has that ever been a concern?
Yes, so we have had a fire incident a couple times actually. So I had some new hires making up some trays for us and they were going to pass it into the kitchen. They put it in the pass-over area where we pass out food and somebody had turned on the heat lamp and that ignited because paper next to a heat source. I was like, okay, we can just carry it over to the sink, it's manageable. So I carry the first stack, dump it in the sink, that's fine, and then the supervisor behind me, Finn, he then decides to carry it, but he carries it from quite high up, and the fire gets quite close to his hand, so he panics and throws it at me. Well, throws it at the sink, but the video clearly shows it was at me.
Could you tell us your name and your role within the company?
My name's Finn, my Mills, and I'm not supposed to do full name. All right.
No, you can.
Okay. My role is a supervisor, and yeah, I'm quite good at it. My responsibilities as supervisor is to make sure the place doesn't burn down or anything like that. Make sure everything is going smoothly. I don't really have to do much. Sort of just have to stand there and pretend I know what I'm doing and important, and sort of, let everyone else do their job while making sure they don't blow anything up. It's quite easy.
Has that been successful?
Well, it's been extremely successful. Since I've, adopted this role, I feel this business has really thrived. I'm good at it, you know what I'm saying? There was one fire incident, but luckily I put that one out.
My name is Sarvesh Cheria.
And what's your role?
My role is supervisor.
Do you enjoy working at Burrito Loco?
Yeah, I enjoy working at Burrito Loco a lot.
Why?
I mostly enjoy it because of the people. They're like my main friend group that I hang out with, either outside of work, inside of work. Yeah, I met the best people that I just have the best time with, get along with. Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in relation to this company?
Oh, in relation to this company, well, I intend to stay. I don't intend on leaving, to be honest. If we expand, I'm staying. Because the more we expand, the more money I get. I'm not in it for the money, I'm in it for the people. But that's just a nice afterthought.
Yeah.
I think the thing that surprised me most about working here, when I first joined, I was 16, and it was majority like 18, 19, 20-year-olds. And so I'm like significantly younger than everyone. And I remember thinking, I was like, yeah, I love the vibe here, but you know, I never thought I'd make real, genuine friends sort of working here. And obviously that's changed. I've met some of the best friends, you know, I've had in my life so far working here, you know. Can I mention names?
Yeah.
Yeah. My good friend Salvesh, you know what I'm saying? When I first met him, one of my sort of fondest memories, I remember looking at him and thinking, God, that guy looks cool. I want to be friends with that fella. He looks lovely, he's got a lovely smile, you know what I'm saying? He's a bit of me. There was one day where we had a shift, and don't show this to Meg, by the way. There was one day where we basically just spent 3 hours of our shift just bottle flipping, and it was such a vibe. We were just sitting there on the floor, flipping bottles, eating all his food. Okay, that's not entirely true. I've dramatized it a little bit for dramatic effect, but you know, a little bit like that, and it was fun, and it sort of reminded me of like, it was a good memory, you know. And that's how I remember first becoming friends with, you know, someone who is a brilliant friend to me now. You know what I'm saying? So it's good times.
We don't employ here by CV. I never worked at a restaurant, never owned a restaurant, watched YouTube on how to wrap a burrito, went and worked at the services, El Mexicana and the services, Cobham Services, El Mexicana is Mexican, worked there for one day, pretended I wanted a job and then quit that night just to learn how to do stuff. With our staff, it's the personality. So when they're sitting there for the interview, if someone's just bubbly, straight up, bam, they're hired. Doesn't matter if they can't roll a burrito, because you can teach that afterwards.
So the people's a big part of it for you?
Oh, massive, yeah. Massive. I don't think, well, without them, I have no business. I remember the first time someone walked past, I was in town, and they had a Burrito Loco bag. I was like, I designed that. I made that up. And I think the fact that you can make something and give it to people, and they buy it, you're like, it's just weird. Cool.
You mentioned a fire accident.
Fire. Did I say fire? I'm still not sure I was the one who actually started it. I may have, but you know what I'm saying, it might not have been me. Maybe I started it. I started the fire. Our illustrious manager, Zaid, went and was like, fire, there's a fire. I was like, great observation, man. I go and pick up one, engulfed in way more fire because I'm braver than him. And I follow him to the sink. Unfortunately, the fire just engulfed my entire hands. I couldn't hold it anymore, so I had to throw it at the sink. Sadly, my manager, Zaid, was in the way. If anything, I saved the day, you know? So yeah, I started the fire, but I also put it out. So who's the real hero? I wanted to say a cool line like that the whole time.